Hello, I'm Hope Witkowsky. On today's episode of Senior Scene, we're going to give you all the information about scams that are being specifically targeted against older adults like you and me. It's the fastest growing age group in the nation. In Torrance alone, 1/3 of our residents consist of older adults 62 years and up. Scam artists know that this age group is the most vulnerable to attack and thus becomes the target for a number of different scams.
Can you believe this, Hope? That I just received this email and it says that I am part of an inheritance of 10.5 million.
Right there?
Right, 10.5 million. And my part of it would be $5 million. Can you believe that? It's coming from a Reverend Donald Ginn in Bank of Canada. And I don't know anybody in Canada. So I'm very dubious about this. And I can't, and it says if I click on this link, I will be able to get my share of the money. And I can't believe that anybody really would click on that link.
Unfortunately, not everyone thinks like Penny Castigar. Email scams like this one are all too common. Someone offering tens of thousands of dollars in exchange for sharing personal data, such as your social security number or your bank PIN number. Others try to convince you that your credit has been compromised, and all they need is a little bit of personal information to rectify the situation. Each year, more than 385 seniors are victims to this sort of scam.
The Torrance Police Department feels that it's really important to reach out to the senior community because they tend to be a trusting group. And so we just want to inform them about the scams that are going on out there so that they are less inclined to become victims. If they do find themselves becoming victims, it is really important for them to come forward to the Torrance Police Department and report the incident to us.
Not only are internet scams prevalent, but door-to-door solicitations is also a common approach when targeting seniors. Jerry Cohn of Torrance shares his experience.
Well, first they'll tell me, business is a little slow right now. I've got a week before my next job. I'll come in here, we'll do it real quick, and I'll give you a good price on it. So they start with the price, and then once they give you the idea that it's going to be cheap to try and hook you, then they start, giving you a spiel, and I just don't have time for any spiels.
Torrance Police recently hosted an event called Seniors Don't Be Scammed at the Katie Geisert Civic Center Library in Torrance, and Detective Carrie Cano shared important information, hopefully getting attendees to think before becoming too trusting of strangers or unusual situations.
Okay, how many people in here have been victims before of any kind of like a fraud or scam? Is anybody in here? Oh, so there's quite a few.
Current scam that comes to mind is call it a construction scam. Some guys will come to your house and they may not even have a uniform on. They're just, hey, we noticed your roof is leaking. We can do a really good job at a good price, which of course isn't true. But the main objective is they want to get into your house. They'll work in teams. They'll come into your house. We have to inspect your ceiling, check for leaks, while one guy is keeping you preoccupied, asking you questions. His partner is going through your rooms and basically ransacking your items, looking for anything, social security card, money, jewelry, and then they're out of there.
Seniors who attended the seminar shared some of their stories on how they almost got scammed.
I was on the internet and I had an email from a foreign country. I can't recall where it was from, but they were saying that you had won money and all we need is your personal information so we can make a direct deposit into your account.
Well, one day I had a call and it was a male. He said he's in Canada. He's my favorite grandson. And he's at a police station and he would like to have some money over $300 if I could send him this money.
When you guys are walking around in a store somewhere and these guys will get your attention and they'll try to get you hooked into this scam. They're working in teams.
So if you're any question at all, always call a relative, ask a neighbor, say let me think about it, and ask someone. Never give them money on the spot, and never don't let anybody in your house, period, unless you're absolutely sure.
Local organizations also participated at the Seniors Don't Be Scammed event hosted by the Torrance Police Department. Seniors were offered materials to be better informed.
HELP stands for Healthcare and Elder Law Programs. We've been here in LA County, serving LA County for now 15 years. What we do is we provide consumers with information about issues impacting seniors and senior family members.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll tell you the top 10 scams affecting seniors today.
Welcome home, man.
Welcome back. According to the Better Business Bureau, the top 10 scams affecting seniors today are as follows. Number 1, work from home schemes. They say they'll teach you the secrets for making money from home, online, or by assembling items. All you need to do is pay for the supplies. Next, we have timeshare resellers. Timeshare resellers are owners who have made a bad purchase and are trying to get their money back and use the new buyers as their victim. They ask for several $1,000s to pay for the purchase fees and then disappear, leaving the victim with the loss. Number 3 on the list is the not-so-free trial offer. Misleading online free trial offers for diet supplements, penny auctions, and money-making schemes blanket the internet, resulting in thousands of complaints every year. While the free trial offers seem to include no risk, victims say they were repeatedly billed every month and found it extremely difficult to cancel. Number 4 on the list is the out-of-the-area home repair and roofers. Door-to-door salesmen or out-of-the-area workers who eventually fail to deliver on promises to repair their roof or perform other home improvements. Next, at number 5 on the top 10 scams list affecting seniors is the lottery and sweepstakes scam. The victim receives a letter in the mail or phone call from someone pretending to be with Reader's Digest, Publishers Clearinghouse, or a phony foreign lottery. The scammer claims that the victim has won millions, but first must wire hundreds and even thousands of dollars back to the scammers to cover the taxes or some other fee. The victim wires the money, but the prize never arrives. Next is number 6, one of the most popular ones, identity theft. There are a number of ways a person can have their identity stolen: through credit cards, emails, phone calls, text messages, or even through no fault of your own as a result of a corporate data breach. Millions fall victim to identity theft every year. Then at number 7, we have the advance fee loan scam. This preys on consumers and business owners who are struggling financially. Victims are told they qualify for large loans but must pay upfront fees, often more than $1,000. The victim wires the money to the scammers but never receives the loan. Next, we have number 8 on our top 10 lists. It's the overpayment scam. The victim is the person placing an ad in the newspaper or on a site like Craigslist. The scammer buys the item but overpays for it with a fraudulent check. He then asks the seller to wire back the overpayment. The hook? The victim loses the money he wired to the scammer. Number 9 is debt relief and settlement services. Companies offering an opportunity to help with outstanding debt ask for upfront fees, which ultimately leaves the consumer without much help and in much more debt. And finally, number 10 on the list is the job hunter scams. Scams targeting job hunters include attempts to gain access to personal information such as bank accounts or social security numbers, as well as requirements to pay a fee to be considered for a job. With the economy still on the mend, scammers have had a field day targeting struggling families who are looking for ways to make ends meet. Consumers trying to either dig themselves out of debt, earn some extra money on the side, were frequent victims of fraudsters, hackers, and dishonest businesses in 2010. You've now learned about the most prevalent scams, schemes, and rip-offs that defraud consumers. The best advice is, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. A victim is described as someone who is deceived by his or her own ignorance or by a dishonesty of others. Knowledge is a powerful tool. I hope you learned something new here on Senior Scene. I'm Hope Witkowsky. Tune in next time for more secrets on successful aging.